Hi guys, this is Manohar and welcome to Tutoralz. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the topic speed, time and distance. Okay, first of all we need to know what is the concept and also what are the meanings of speed, time and distance. Okay, I will explain you these concepts by taking an example so that you can clearly understand what is the concept and also what are the meanings of speed, time and distance. Okay, suppose take an example, consider that I travelled 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, I travelled 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, here 100 kilometers is the amount of distance travelled by me. Okay, and 5 hours is the amount of time taken by me to travel that 100 kilometers. Okay, now what is speed? Speed is nothing but the rate at which object is moving, or we can also call it as the amount of distance covered by me per hour, per minute or per second. Okay, I will explain you this speed concept by taking the same example so that you can clearly understand. See here, I am considering the same example. Okay, I travelled 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, I travel 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Then in 1 hour, how much distance I can travel? See here, I traveled 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, then in 1 hour, how much distance can I travel? Okay, so if I cross multiply this, I will get 1 into 100 by 5. 5 ones, 5 20s. So per hour, I can travel 20 kilometers. So this can also be called as 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, so this is called speed here. Okay, here I am traveling with speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, this can also be called as the rate at which object is moving, or we can also call it as the amount of distance covered per minute, per hour or per second. Okay, this 20 kilometers per hour is the amount of speed with which I am traveling to cover this 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, now from this we can simply write the definition or formula. See here, the speed is nothing but here 20 kilometers, how we got this? So we are dividing the total distance by total time taken. Okay, we are dividing here 100 kilometers is the distance, right? 100 kilometers is the distance I traveled. Okay, and 5 hours is the time taken by me to travel. Okay, now how we got this 20 kilometers per hour? By dividing the total distance, that is 100, by total time taken. Okay, so we can simply write speed equal to distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, this is the basic formula and concept of speed. Okay, if you are able to understand this basic concept and also formula, you can simply solve the problems in the speed, time and distance. Okay, see here, the speed is nothing but the amount of distance travelled per hour, per minute or so on. Okay, see here, speed equal to distance travelled by total time taken to cover this distance. Okay, now consider another example. Okay, see, this is the first example. I travel 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, so I got speed, that is 20 kilometers per hour. So I am traveling for 20 kilometers per hour to cover this 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, now consider another example. Suppose assume that I traveled the same 100 kilometers in 2 hours. Okay, now I have traveled the same 100 kilometers in 2 hours. Here the time taken is decreasing, right? In the first case, I taken total 5 hours to complete this 100 kilometers. In the second case, I taken 2 hours to complete the total distance, that is 100 kilometers. Now what is the speed? See here, speed is nothing but distance by time. So the total distance is same 100 kilometers and the time taken is 2 hours. So the speed will be 2 ones, 250s, 50 kilometer per hour. Okay, now in the first and second case, the amount of time taken by me is decreasing. Okay, in the first case, I took 5 hours to complete this 100 kilometers. Okay, in the second case, I took only 2 hours to complete this 100 kilometers. Now, when it comes to speed, it is increasing in the first and second case. Okay, see here, in the first case, I took only 5 hours and in second case, I took only 2 hours to complete this entire 100 kilometer distance. Okay, now when the time is decreasing, see here, in the first and second case, speed is increasing. Okay, in the first case, the speed is 20 km per hour. Okay, in the second case, I was traveling with the speed 50 km per hour. Okay, so when the time is decreasing, the speed is increasing. Okay, so we can simply say this speed is inversely proportional to total time taken to cover the distance. Okay, see here in the first and second case the amount of time taken by me is increasing. Okay, sorry, decreasing. So since the amount of time is decreasing, the amount of speed traveling by me is increasing in the first and second case. Okay, so whenever the total time taken decreases, amount of speed will be increases. Okay, and when the amount of speed decreases, the total time taken will be increased. So from this relation we can simply say that whenever the amount of speed increases, the total time decreases. Whenever the amount of speed decreases, the total time taken to cover the distance will be increased. See, in the first case, I am covering the entire distance, that is 100 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, so my speed is only 20 km per hour. Okay, in the same way, in the second case, I am traveling this entire 100 km distance within 2 hours. So my speed is automatically increasing by 50 km per hour. Okay, so whenever this amount of time taken to cover the distance will be decreased, the amount of speed will be increased. Okay, whenever this total time taken will be increased, the amount of speed will be decreased. Okay, now we have discussed the formula for speed, that is distance by time, and also the relation between speed and total time taken. Okay, if the total time taken decreases, speed will increases. If the total time taken increases, speed will automatically decreases. Okay, now let's see how to convert kilometers to meters and meters to kilometers. Because in the questions they will give kilometers and in the answers they will ask in the form of meters. So we need to know when to convert and also how to convert kilometers to meters and also meters to kilometers. Okay, now let's see how to convert this. Okay, now we all know that 1 kilometer has how many meters? That is 1000 meters, right? 1 kilometer having 1000 meters. Okay, now we also know that 1 minute has 60 seconds. Okay, 1 minute has 60 seconds. Now, how many seconds will be in the 1 hour? That is, 1 hour has, okay, 1 hour has 60 minutes, right? 1 hour has 60 minutes, right? Now, for every minute, there will be inside 60 seconds. Okay, 1 hour has 60 minutes. We all know that. And for every minute, there will be extra 60 seconds. So, 1 hour equal to 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So, we will get 3600 seconds. Okay. So, 1 hour has 3600 seconds and 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. Okay. Now, let's see how to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. Okay. I have already told you in the questions they will ask kilometer per hour and in the answers they will give like meter per second. So we need to know how to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. In the same way, meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, now let's see how to convert this. Okay, I am considering an example. Okay, suppose speed equal to 20 kilometers per hour. 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, suppose assume this is the speed value. Okay, now we need to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. Okay, see here, this is the 20 kilometer per hour. So I am writing this same as 20 kilometers per 1 hour. Okay, the speed is 20 kilometer per hour is nothing but 20 kilometer per 1 hour, right? So I am writing this same 20 kilometer per hour as 20 kilometer by 1 hour. Okay, now we have already know 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. Okay, so 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. So there are already 20 kilometers. So 20 kilometers need to be multiplied by 1000 meters. Okay, I have already told you 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Okay, now I am keeping this 20 as same and converting these kilometers to meter. Okay, so 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. Okay, now in the same way, 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. Okay, 3600 seconds. Now if I cancel this, I will get 0 0 will be cancelled and 2 5s 2 18s. Okay, so we will get 20 by 1 hour into 5 by 18. Okay, whenever this we need to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, we can simply multiply this by 5 by 18. Okay, whenever it comes kilometer to per hour, we need to convert to meter per second. Okay, so whenever we want to convert to meter per second, we can simply multiply the speed value into 5 by 18. So we can simply get what is the value of kilometer per hour to meter per second. Okay, now let's see how to convert when it is given in the form of meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, here we have seen this kilometer per hour to meter per second. Okay, now let's see how to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, suppose assume the same example. Okay, 20 meter per second. Okay, meter per second. Here kilometer per hour, here meter per second. Okay, now let's see how to convert this meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, now 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. Okay, suppose I am writing this 20 meters by 1 second. Okay, here I have written 20 kilometer by 1 hour because the speed is 20 kilometer per hour. In the same way, I am writing this 20 meter per second as 20 meters by 1 second. Okay, now let's see how to convert this. See, 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meters. Now what is the value of 1 meter? That is 1 meter equal to 1 by 1000 kilometers. 1 by 1000 kilometers. In the same way, 1 second equal to 1 by 3600 hours. Okay, I am simply sending this 1000 to the left hand side. So I am getting 1 meter equal to 1 by 1000 kilometers. Okay, and 1 second equal to 1 by 3600 hours. Okay, now if I convert this, I will get, we have here 20 meters. So 20 meters, I am converting this meters to kilometers. So I will write 1 by 1000 kilometers by 1 second to hour, that is 1 by 3600 hours. So I will get 20 meters into 1 by 1000, that is if I send this 3600 to the above, I will get 3600 by 1000. That is nothing but 0 will be cancelled and 2 18s 2 5s. So 20 into 18 by 5. See here, the value of 5 by 18 is getting reversed in the below situation. So whenever you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second or meter per second to kilometer per hour, instead of doing all these calculations, you can simply remember, whenever you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, you can multiply this speed value into 5 by 18. Okay, now whenever you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, simply multiply that speed value into 18 by 5. Okay, remember this, kilometer per hour to meter per second, that is into 5 by 18. Okay, and whenever you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, you need to multiply by 18 by 5. Okay, now understand this basic difference. This is the only difference when it comes to kilometer per hour to meter per second and meter per second to kilometer per hour. And if you are able to understand these three concepts, you can simply solve the problems based on this speed, time and distance. Okay, now let's solve some basic level problems so that you can understand how to use this speed formula and also speed total time relation and also this kilometer per hour to meter per second conversion. Okay, now let's solve some basic level problems. I have written all the formulas and also relations here so that you can understand when I am solving the problems. Okay, now let's see the first problem. They are saying that a person crosses a 600 meter long street in 5 minutes. What is his speed in kilometer per hour? So we need to find out what is the speed of a man. Okay, now what they have given is a person crosses 600 meter long street. So here total distance is 600 meter long street, right? In the same way, what they have given, to cross the 600 meters long street, he is taking 5 minutes. So total time taken is 5 minutes. Okay, now we need to find out what is the speed of a man. So we have already know speed equal to distance by time. So speed equal to distance by time. What is the distance here? That is 600 meters by 5 minutes. Okay, but they are asking us to find out speed of a man in the kilometer per hour. Okay, but here the distance is in meters and also time is in minutes. Okay, so we need to convert all this into kilometer per hour. Okay, I have already told you 600 meters by 5 minutes. Okay, now we need to convert this into kilometer per hour. Now 1 meter equal to 1 by 1000 kilometers. Okay, into 1 by 1000 kilometers by 1 minute equal to 1 by 60 hours. Okay, then we have 5 minutes. So I am converting minute into hours. So 1 by 60 hours. Okay, see here 1 hour has 60 minutes. So 1 minute equal to 1 by 60 hours. Right? So I am writing this 1 by 60 in the form of 1 minute. Okay, now what we will get, that is I can simply send this 60 to the above. So I will get 600 meters by 5 into 60 by 1000. So I will cancel this all the zeros. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I will get 6, 6, 36, 36 by 5. So 5 ones, 5 sevens 35 and 5 twos 10. So the speed of a man is 7.2 km per hour. Okay, we need to convert all the meters and minutes to kilometer per hour. Okay, so the total speed is 7.2 km per hour. Now let's see the second problem. They are saying that a racing car covers a certain distance at a speed of 320 km per hour in 5 hours. To cover the same distance in 5 by 3 hours, it must travel at a speed of. So we need to find out in what speed car needs to travel to cover the same distance in 5 by 3 hours. Okay, to find out that, first of all we need to know what is the distance. Okay, see here. Here they have given speed of a car equal to 320 km per hour. So the total time taken by car to cover this distance is 5 hours. Okay, now we have known speed and time. So we need to find out what is the distance traveled by car. So from the formula we can write speed equal to distance by time. So we have already known speed and time. So if I substitute these speed and time values in the formula, I will get what is the distance. Okay, so I am substituting these values. So I will get 320 equal to distance by time equal to 5 hours. So distance equal to 320 into 5. Okay, now they are asking us to find out in what speed car needs to travel to cover this same distance in 5 by 3 hours. Okay, see here, to cover this same distance. So distance is same here. Okay, so to cover this same distance, 320 into 5 in 5 by 3 hours. Okay, 5 by 3 hours, what is the speed need to be traveled by car? Okay, so we need to find out what is the speed. Okay, see here, to cover this same distance, in what speed car needs to travel to cover the same distance in 5 by 3 hours. So here the distance is same. Okay, 320 by 5, and also what is the time taken in 5 by 3 hours. Okay, now we will get 5 and 5 will be cancelled and 3 will be gone upside. So I will get 320 into 3. So I will get 300 into 3 will be 900 and 20 into 3 will be 60. So 960 km per hour. Okay, so the required speed is 960 km per hour. Okay, see here the small logic in the question is to cover the same distance. Okay, here the distance is same in both the cases. Okay, but time is different, that is 5 by 3 hour. Okay, now let's see the third problem. They are saying that an aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 km in 5 hours. To cover the same distance in 2 by 3 hours, it must travel at a speed of. This is also the same kind of problem as the before ones. Okay, so we need to find out in what speed the aeroplane needs to travel to cover the same distance in 2 by 3 hours. Okay, see here, first of all we need to find out what is the distance to be traveled. Okay, see here the speed is 240 km per hour. Okay, and the total time taken by aeroplane is 5 hours. Okay, 5 hours. So first of all we need to find out what is the distance need to be traveled. Okay, so speed equal to distance by time. Here we have already know what is the speed and also what is the time. So 240 equal to distance by 5 hours. So distance equal to 240 into 5. Now they are asking us to find out in what speed aeroplane needs to travel to cover the same distance in 2 by 3 hours. Okay, so we need to find out what is the speed. So speed equal to distance, that is same distance, that is 240 into 5. In what is the time taken, that is 2 by 3 hours. 2 by 3 hours is nothing but 3 ones 3 plus 2, that is 5 by 3 hours. So I am substituting this 5 by 3 here, so I will get 5 by 3. So this can also be written as 240 into 5 into 3 by 5. So 5 and 5 will be cancelled and 200 into 3 will be 600 and 43 is 120. So the total is 720 km per hour. Okay, so the total speed required is 720 km per hour to cover the same distance in 5 by 3 hours. Now let's see the fourth problem. They are saying that time taken to travel certain distance of x kilometer at a speed of 40 km per hour is 2 hours more than the time taken to travel x plus 20 km at a speed of 60 km per hour. Find the total time taken to travel x plus 40 km at a speed of 40 km per hour. Okay, here we don't have two variables, that is we don't know what is the exact distance and also we don't know what is the total time taken to cover the distance. Okay, here there are two cases, one is to cover the x kilometer and also to cover the x plus 20 km. See here how to solve this. Here we have two cases, one and two case. Okay, I am separating both cases so that you can clearly understand. See here, they are saying in the first case the total distance travel is x kilometer. Okay, and also total speed is 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, and in the second case the total distance is x plus 20 kilometer and the total speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, now what they are saying is to cover this x kilometer with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour, it is taking 2 hours more time than to cover this x plus 20 kilometer with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, see here and try to understand this. Here it is taking 2 hours more time than the total time taken to cover this x plus 20 kilometer with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, suppose if I assume this total time taken in the second case equal to t. Okay, suppose I am assuming the total time taken in the second case as t here. Okay, now what is the total time taken in the first case becomes, that is t equal to t plus 2, because it is clearly telling that total time taken in the first case is 2 hours more than the total time taken to cover this x plus 20 kilometers. Okay, so if I assume the total time as t here, the first case total time becomes t plus 2. Okay, now if I find out what is the t, we can simply find out what is the total distance. Okay, see here. Now I calculate what is the value of t. See here. Here speed equal to distance by time, right? So what is the speed here? Speed is 60 kilometers equal to distance is x plus 20 kilometer by total time is t here. Okay, now if I send this t to the left hand side, I will get t equal to x plus 20 by 60. Okay, now let's come to first case. See here, speed equal to distance by time. So what is the distance here? That is 40 kilometer, x kilometer, and speed is 40 kilometer per hour. So 40 kilometer per hour equal to distance, that is x, by total time is t plus 2. Okay, now if I send this t plus 2 to the left hand side, I will get t plus 2 equal to x by 40. Okay, now we have already know what is the value of t. Okay, so if I substitute the value of t in the t plus 2, I will get what is the value of x. Okay, see here, I have already know what is the value of t here. Okay, in the second case. So if I substitute the value of t in the first case, I will get what is the value of x. Okay, see here, I am substituting the value of t here. So x plus 20 by 60 plus 2 equal to x by 40. Okay, now the LCM we will get is 60 here. Okay, 60 here and x plus 20 plus 62 is 120. So 120 equal to x by 40. So we can cancel 0 and 0. So we will get 2 2's and 2 3's. So if I cross multiply this, I will get 2x plus 2 into 20, that is 40 plus 2 into 120, that is 240 equal to 3 into x, that is 3x. Okay, now if I send this 2x to the right hand side, I will get 240 plus 40, that is 280 equal to 3x minus 2x, that is x. Okay, I am sending this 2x to the right hand side, so I will get 3x minus 2x, that is x, and also 40 plus 240, that is 280. Okay, now we have find out what is the value of x. Now what they are asking is to cover a distance of x plus 40 kilometers with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour, what is the total time taken? Okay, see here, to cover a distance of, that is distance equal to x plus 40 kilometer with a speed of, that is 40 kilometer per hour, what is the total time taken? So we need to find out what is the total time taken to cover the x plus 40 distance with 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, here we don't know what is the total time. Okay, so we know that speed equal to distance by time. So time equal to distance by speed. Okay, I am sending this t to the left hand side and s to the right hand side. So I will get t equal to distance by speed. So if I substitute this d here and also s here, I will come to know what is the total time taken. Okay, see here, x plus 40 by 40 kilometer per hour. So we have already know what is the value of x, that is 280 plus 40 by 40. So we will get 320 by 40. So 0 0 will be cancelled and 4 ones 4 8. So the total time taken is 8 hours. Okay, see here I have already know what is the value of x. So I am simply substituting the value of x in the x plus 40. So I will get the total distance is 320 km and also with a speed of 40 km per hour. So the total time taken to cover this distance is 8 hours. See, the only thing you need to understand in this problem is you need to understand the question and also read the question very carefully. Okay, there is very simple logic here. It is taking 2 hours more time than the total time taken to cover this x plus 20 kilometers. That's it. If you find out that logic, you can simply solve the question. Okay. Now let's look at our fifth problem. They are saying that a car running with a speed of x meter per second makes 5 rounds around a circular field having radius 70 meters in 20 seconds. Find the total time taken by car to cover a 500 meter distance with a speed of x minus 10 meter per second. So we need to find out what is the total time taken by car to cover the 500 meter distance. See here, they have given the speed of the car is x meter per second. Here we don't know what is the exact speed, but they have given x meter per second. Okay, now what is the total time given? That is 20 seconds. Okay, now we don't know what is the distance traveled by car. Okay, to find out that, they have given car is making 5 rounds around a circular field having radius 70 meters. Okay, car is making 5 rounds around a circular field having radius 70 meters. Okay, now if I find out what is this circular field length, I can find out what is the total distance traveled by car. Okay, now this circular field also called as circumference of the field. Okay, this circular field length is also called as circumference of the field. Okay, now if I find out what is the circumference of the circle, I can find out what is the total distance traveled by car. Okay, now what is the formula for finding the circumference of the circular field? That is circumference equal to 2 pi r. Here pi is nothing but 22 by 7 and r is nothing but radius of the field. This is r is already given in the question. So I can find out what is the circumference of the field. Okay, so 2 into 22 by 7 into r is nothing but 70 meters. Okay, now 7 ones, 7 tens. So 22 into 10, that is 220 into 2, that is 440. But what they are saying is car is making 5 rounds around a circular field. Okay, this is the length of circular field. So car is making 5 rounds. So car is traveling for 5 times the total distance. So the total distance is 440 into 5. Okay, now we have find out what is the distance and also what is the time. Now we need to find out what is the speed here, that is x meter per second. Okay, see here, speed equal to distance by time. So the distance is 440 into 5 by time is 20. So we will get 0 0 will be cancelled and 2 ones, 2 22s. So I will get 22 into 5, that is 5 2s 10 and 5 2s 10 and 11. Okay, 110 meter per second. Okay, speed equal to 110 meter per second. Now what they are asking is to cover the distance of 500 meters. Okay, to cover the distance of 500 meters with a speed of x minus 10 meter per second. X minus 10 meter per second. Okay, what they are asking is to cover this 500 meters of distance with a speed of x minus 10 meter per second. We already know what is x here, that is 110 meter per second. So x minus 10 is nothing but 110 minus 10, that is 100 meter per second. So with this x minus 10 meter per second, to cover this 500 meters, what is the total time taken? Okay, so we can simply say here speed equal to 100 meters and distance equal to 500 meters and total time equal to, we don't know total time, so we need to find out what is the total time taken. Okay, so speed equal to distance by time and the time equal to, if I send this time to the left hand side, I will get distance by speed. Here the total distance is 500 meters. So 500 meters by what is the total speed, that is x minus 10 equal to 100 meter per second. So 100. I will get 100 ones, 100 fives. So the total time taken is 5 seconds. Okay. And in this way we will solve the problems based on this speed, time and distance. All these are basic level problems only. And one thing you need to observe here is whenever it comes multiplications or divisions while solving the problem, keep the value as it is. Because if you write the total value here, again if I substitute the total value in the formula, it will become very complicated for me to calculate all the values. Okay, that's the reason I am keeping the multiplications and divisions as it is and also substituting the as it is value in the formula, so that I can calculate or I can cancel all the values and get the final value. Okay, you can also follow this same method because it will become very easy while calculating or while substituting the value in the formula. Okay, and try to solve more and more problems based on the speed, time and distance, and for more tutorials like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.